Hey Run Junkies, I am in the process of packing for New Orleans. In fact, I'm almost done, but I want to share with you a couple of things that I like to have with me when I pack for these racecations, as well as the process by which I plan my race day. So when I hit that start line, I know what the plan is and I know how I'm going to operate, especially in an effort situation like this. Now, this past weekend, I explained that Coach Christine and I have been working and looking at the data to figure out what is going to be a realistic plan for me at New Orleans. And what she likes to do is, this is where I get this idea. My coach is brilliant. For the half marathon, Coach Christine always recommends to break that distance down into smaller chunks, usually by 3. And there's a lot of research in sports psychology that goes to support this idea, because our brains, when we look at a big task like this, we can only process it in maybe 1 hour chunks. When we do break it up like that, it doesn't create as much stress as we would if we were to look at it whole big picture. So as I mentioned last week, I am breaking this race down into 2 5-mile chunks and a final 5K. Before I go program this into my Garmin though, Christine and I really crunched some numbers, and it was really Christine that did a lot of the work. She went in and she looked at a lot of my running data in Garmin Connect, how I'm trending, you know, what are my upper end, what do you think I can sustain for a full half marathon. She helped me develop a realistic goal for this race. And I have to stress realistic, because there are those secret goals in my mind that say, gosh, wouldn't it be great if I could PR? Physically, I don't know that I can do that, but my brain doesn't listen to that. I'm gonna head over to my desk and show you how I'm programming my Garmin.
Now, if you haven't seen the full tutorial that I did a while back on how to program your Garmin device, check out the card right up here in the right-hand corner. Now, before I get started on the race program, I want to show you the course map here. Remember, I said I'm breaking this down into 2 5-milers plus a 5K. Now, let's look at this. The purple line is the course for the half marathon. Starts right down here. Now, if you look at this, let's see. Yep. If you look at this, it follows really just a pretty straight shot out to this turnaround at about 4.5 miles. 5-mile mark is right here, and then it just follows back along this way until mile 10, which is kind of cool because that breaks it right down into the last 5K is a straight shot to the finish line. So let's go into Garmin Connect and we are going to plan a workout here. I'm going to create a workout, a new run, creating a workout. I'm going to call it NOLA 1. Now, the default when you open the workout creator is that it'll give you a warm-up, a run, and a cool down. I've changed all of these to run. Now, the duration, again, is 5 miles and then 5 miles, and then I have lap button press because more often than not, you don't run the tangents exactly, so you end up going a little bit over the race distance, so I'll probably end up at 13.2 or something. So when I hit the lap button, that means that my race is over. So select an intensity target. For the first 5 miles, I'm going to do 10:25 to 10:30, excuse me. 30. All right, that's my first intensity target. I'm going to stay within that range in the first 5 miles, which is actually, you know, and that's actually really kind of nice because, like I showed you on the map, it works out really well that by the time I make that 180-degree turn, I'll be able to kind of turn up the gas a little bit once I hit 5 miles. All right, that puts me on the second 5 miles. I'm going to do 10:15 to 10:20. All right, and then in the last 5K, excuse me. So you can see I'm kind of kicking up the gas a little bit here on that second 5 miles. Then this last 5K, if everything's going really well, I'm going to build up to about 10-minute mile pace or better, but I'm going to set my range between 9:45 and, excuse me, 10:10. Now I could go sub 10-minute miles here, but I want to slowly build up over that 5K to where I'm going pretty much, I'm emptying the tank when I cross the finish line. So I'm giving myself a little bit broader range on that back end. So 9:45 will probably be about as fast as I can go at that point in the race. but that is plan number 1. I'm going to save this workout and I'm going to send this to my device in just a minute, but I want to create another plan. So I'm going to create another run and I'm going to call it NOLA 2. Now, the reason for this is so I can have kind of a backup plan, you know, basically an in case it rains kind of plan. If the conditions are less than ideal, if it's warmer than I like, if it's just not going my way, or if I'm not feeling it that morning, I can go to this backup plan of sorts. I would probably use this if the conditions aren't really great at all. Actually, let's reset that. If the conditions are just lousy, if it's hot especially, if it's a bit too warm, the original plan might be a little too aggressive for me. However, I do want to do it this way. So in the first plan, my faster limit was 25, right? But I'm going to give myself a little extra buffer on this end, and I'm going to call it maybe, let's say 1040 or so. All right, so that's my first target. Again, this is in case things don't go well. The reason I wouldn't use this for as a primary is that I want the watch to push me. I want it to tell me if things are going really well, if the weather is in my favor. I want the watch to tell me, hey, you can do better. Let's speed this up. So as I said, the second 5 miles is going to be 10:15 to 10:20, but I'm going to make it 10:30 for this backup plan. And then lap button press, again, I'm going to say 9:45 to maybe 10:30, just in case, you know, things just, the wheels just come off the cart. So that is my second plan. I'm going to save this workout as well, and I'm going to send both of these to my Garmin device when I get that hooked up.
Okay, so now that that's done, I have the basics here so far, but I'm really upset. I have gone through a phase of just losing stuff or breaking stuff. Okay, it has been kind of a hard week for me. For example, somewhere along the line, I lost my Aftershocks Air bone conduction headphones. I don't know where they are. I actually, if I had to guess, I'm pretty sure I know where they ended up, and now they're someplace completely different. I think I left them in an airplane pocket, you know, a seat pocket, probably way back in November. And also this week was rather stressful because, hey, look at my new watch. Yes, in the middle of a snowstorm when I couldn't get out to solve this problem fairly quickly, I was playing with my dog and my Forerunner 235 broke, shattered, the LCD screen, everything. It was, it created such stress, and I freaked out so hard that my husband Dave thought I had hurt myself. Long story short, I got a new one. I'm set to go. Okay, I will leave this story for probably a blog post at some point, you guys, but I'm serious. This was a really stressful week. So other must-haves for a racecation, I always like to bring either my foam roller or my MB5 ball. I'm trying to stay carry-on only. If I were checking a bag, I would probably bring the big foam roller, but this guy will do. And then I also like to bring one pair of running shoes specifically for the race. I wear them no place else. And then I also bring a really good pair of retired running shoes that I will use for sightseeing. I'm excited to walk around New Orleans. I'm staying pretty close to the French Quarter and that area down there. So I'm looking forward to kind of walking around after the race and exploring a little bit. I also like to bring at least 2 pairs of compression socks. One, again, for the race itself, and another pair for at least the flight home. I may sometimes bring a 3rd pair and wear them down. I just like having that blood flow continually through my lower legs. Lastly, a full race kit from head to toe, but I think in this case I still haven't decided what my race kit's gonna look like because I want it to look cute and carnival-like and Mardi Gras-like and New Orleans-like, and I really have no idea. But that is it for me today, you guys. I have to finish packing up, and by the time you guys see this, I will likely be on my way to the Big Easy for race weekend. It has been a challenging week, you guys. It has tested my patience on multiple levels. My question for you today is this: how do you look at your race day planning? Do you show up at the start line with a carefully laid out plan, or do you toe the line and just say, hey, we'll see what happens? By the way, if you know me at all, you know I've done both. This is a judgment-free zone. All right, guys, so if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and until then, go find your awesome and laissez le bon temps rouler. That was probably the worst let the good times roll French. I have no idea. I never speak French, like, ever. Is it obvious?
Nope, I have the on button wrong.
So you reverse the buttons?
No, I don't think so. Yeah.